So let's go here. Jackie Jackson missed the first half of the 84 Victory Tour after being reportedly ran over by his first wife, Enid, when she caught him with Paula Abdul at a drive-in. What the hell? The Jackson men are hell with women. Jackie married Enid in November of 74. Just 10 months later, he filed for divorce, but they soon reconciled. Their relationship was marked by repeated breakups and makeups. They separated again following the alleged incident, reunited in 85, and in January of 86, she filed for divorce for the final time. The divorce was finalized in 87. She died in 97 of a brain aneurysm. Oh no. That's terrible. Child, listen here. Let's go here with this nonsense. Margaret Maldonado, Jermaine Jackson's ex and mother of two of his children. In August of 87, Jermaine's brother Jackie had become the first of the Jackson brothers to get a divorce. His wife Enid had caught Jackie having an affair with Paula Abdul. Caught probably isn't the right word. Jackie did a little to keep it a secret during its long run. The affair came to a climax one evening in 84, right before the start of the Jacksons' Victory Tour. Jackie had taken Paula to the movies at the Sepulveda Drive-In. I know where that's at. Marlon's wife, Carol, found out about it and for some reason thought it would be a good idea to tell Enid, even though Enid and Jackie were separated at the time. See? Bitches, man. Bitches always ruining stuff. Enid jumped into Jackie's Mercedes-Benz, drove to the theater, and located Jackie sitting beside Paula in his Range Rover. Enid yanked Paula out of the Range Rover by her hair and dragged her across the theater while Jackie tried to pull his wife away. Jackie was still trying to help Paula when Enid got back into the Mercedes. She jammed the car into reverse and ran into Jackie's leg. The broken leg not only ended Jackie's marriage to Enid, but it also kept him from performing on the Victory Tour. What it didn't do was keep him from collecting his $5 million cut. A fact Jermaine would never let him forget. Holy cow. So Paul had been around. Wow.
His oldest brother Jackie wasn't able to perform in tonight's concert because he's recovering from knee surgery. Jackie Jackson is with us now live from his home in Encino, California. You hurt your knee doing what? Dancing?
Dancing and like I'd run about 10 miles every morning, and I work out a lot, and this is like a common accident, you know, for athletes. A lot of athletes catch this kind of accident. And what happened was they cut off part of the the femur bone. And about this much of the femur bone they took out. So the doctor told me that it's going to take about 4 to 6 months to heal. And all of my spirits are very high right now, hoping that I can get back on the tour and be with the brothers. I couldn't believe it. After 2 months, I wasn't able to go on tour. There's tears in my eyes. I was frustrated because a tour like this so big, I was looking forward to something like this. It's like torture. It's awful.
Michael Jackson tonight.
Lord have mercy. Okay. Jackie's marriage, too, was tempestuous from the start and unfortunately the first to end in divorce. In 75, less than a year after he and Enid married, Jackie filed for divorce, but they reconciled, and it was on and off until 1984. It seemed inevitable that he should fall into someone else's arms. An avid Lakers fan, my brother used to take me with him to the LA Forum. At a game, I noticed one of them team's cheerleaders staring fixedly at Jackie. Nudging him in the side, I asked, "Why does that girl keep looking at you like that?" "She likes me," he confided proudly. Obviously, afterward, Jackie introduced me to her, a pretty petite brunette with exotic features. "LaToya, this is Paula Abdul." We'd all been invited to an after-game get-together with some of the Lakers, but I asked my brother to drop me off at home. To my amazement, Paula climbed into the car with us. "Jackie," I whispered in his ear, "what are you doing? You can't take her to the car? What if Enid sees us? I don't want to be caught in the middle of this. She's just a friend, LaToya. Come on, Jackie, be honest. I saw what was going on before." The next day, Jackie asked me, "She's nice, isn't she?" I found her sweet and charming, which Paula truly was. At the time, I still had a pretty sheltered outlook on things of this nature. I've changed my attitudes a lot since, but then I could only wonder what a single woman was doing with a married man who had children. Hey, listen, married men be getting it in. Y'all better stop playing with us, man. Shit.
Back then, we sat on the floor for the Jackson brothers were season ticket holders. One of the games, after the game, I'm getting ready to leave. I get a note that the chief operating officer wants to see you upstairs. And she said to me, the Jackson brothers are season ticket holders. They came, said their choreographer is working with them on this next project, and it's going to lead to the Victory Tour, which is their first reunion tour with Michael.
Yeah. She's nervous.
They wanted to know
story.
who choreographed the Laker Girl. Uh-huh. You didn't tell me it was me. Jackie Jackson spotted me and he went, "You're the bitty one in the front." I sat in my Jeep Cherokee going, what am I going to say to the Jacksons? How can I teach them when they've taught me? Right. So I came in. I didn't have a reel for anyone to see any work. I had nothing. I'm the Laker Girl and the choreographer. Right. But I got a chance to do their first single, which was Torture. My first job was working with the Jacksons. That was my first professional.
Wow, you did Torture.
As Laker Girls. Back then, we...
Okay, I understood that Jackie was rightfully unhappy with his home life, but I just could not accept his affair with Paula, which lasted over 8 years. Not at all the brief fling of friendship it's been reported to be. They were madly in love with each other. In fact, there was serious talk of marriage, but that broke off abruptly when Paula's recording career took off in '88. They used to meet secretly at Havenhurst, making everyone uncomfortable. Because Paula was around so much, she and I talked a lot and went shopping together. She told me about her problems with Enid. Jackie bestowed extravagant gifts on Paula, including a sleek sports car. Enid's anger and hurt were probably justified. Paula brazenly called Jackie at home. Got it from Joe, which I thought was very disrespectful, no matter what she or he thought of Enid. Finally, Paula went too far, actually showing up at Jackie's front door. See, bitches, y'all be, oh my God, the side woman can't never just stay, She sure was surprised when Enid opened it, and what's more, greeted her warmly and invited her in. As Paula later told me, the moment the door slammed, she realized she'd made a mistake. Enid roughly shoved her into a chair, brandished some rope, and tied her to it. Enid was screaming, "I ought to do this to you, and I ought to do that." But I talked my way out of it by pretending I had no idea that Jackie was married, Paula remembered. Luckily for her, Enid bought her story. Jackie's kids also knew exactly what was going on. While having dinner, my darling niece asked me, "Do you know Paula?" "Who's Paula?" I replied, trying to play dumb. "You know who Paula is." "No, I don't know." "Who's Paula?" I was shocked. "Paula's nice," my little nephew said. "She's not nice, and you know it," the girl snapped. "She's taking daddy away from mommy." It was so sad to see innocent children caught up in their parents' bitterness. Child. Jackson men are hell out here.
Abdul herself, and the rest is history.
I first got involved with the Jackson family when I was the choreographer of the Laker Girls. I was noticed by the Jackson brothers, and the brothers told me that Janet wanted to meet with me. I'll never forget coming over to the family house on Havenhurst. There would be Michael bringing in Bubbles, and I was in love with Bubbles. Janet wasn't.
Brush 5, brush 6, pull 7, hit 8, heels 1.
When I started working with Janet, she was extremely shy and soft-spoken.
Head around 7 and 8, pull it in.
It was up to me to kind of bring her out of her shell.
Yeah, what you want to do, though, is pull it over so you're leaning over.
It was important that this album showed her as a young woman who is taking the reins.
Rhythm Nation.
Nice, clean in 1, circle in, left foot 1, hit 2, up 3.
And confidence, build and build and build.
And I remember she called Paula Abdul herself, and the rest is history.
Wow. Holy cow. Holy cow. Holy cow.